and I'm going to be doing your Aries mid-August reading tonight. So if you are familiar with my channel, awesome, thank you for being here. If you're not, let's go through some housekeeping before we start. So I read intuitively, not just the traditional meaning of the cards. I do, for the most part, I will read traditionally, but sometimes there may be specific messages that come out differently than what is the common, I guess, for each card. Also, I do pre-shuffle and meditation session before I start, so we'll kind of go over and discuss that before we begin the reading. Also, if messages resonate with you, please do like, share, and subscribe. If they don't, you are welcome to try out watching another video. Maybe try your moon rising sign, maybe even Venus or Jupiter, to see if any of those messages resonate with you. Also, things may not be, like, for instance, I may receive a bunch of different messages, kind of might be scattered, so don't try and fit what doesn't work, right? It might be for someone else. Also, keep in mind that I'm working off of energies, so it may be picking up energy, your energy, the other person's energy, if it's like a love reading, or even if it's, you know, could be someone else in your life, basically, maybe going through certain situations, okay? So that being said, I'd like to get into the pre-shuffle before we start. So Aries, for you, a couple different things popped out. I kept getting, for whatever reason, I must have shuffled I don't know how many times, but I kept getting the Five of Wands and the Magician, and there were a couple other cards. I believe there was the Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. So right off the bat with, for example, the Five of Wands, I'm seeing that there may be some rivalry going on, maybe some obstacles, challenges. It could be in the workplace, it could be in a romantic situation, right? So that's what I'm seeing anyway. With the Magician, I see that you may be manifesting things right now, turning your visions into reality, right? Focused on creativity, stuff like that. With the Four of Cups, I do get a sense, Aries, that either you or the other person involved, right, cross watchers, that you're feeling a bit unfulfilled, right? But, you know, with the Four of Cups, it's like you're focusing on the bad when there's, like, something else is coming, is being offered to you, and you're not even, you're so like, meh, basically, right? Also, with the Five of Pentacles, that's typically, everybody likes to call that feeling left out in the cold kind of card, right? But I mean, I've also gotten a few readings where it's like, oh, it's financial loss, right? Or just feeling isolation, right? It just depends on what else is going on. But that is your pre-shuffle. Again, like I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Okay, so Aries, I'm just going to start. I'm going to do a little bit more shuffling on camera, and then I'm going to start with your, really, this has been happening to me every single time. So that's the Five of Wands. That's what I kept getting time and time. The first message I received was that. All right, Aries. So let's just go ahead and clear. Aries and August. What messages do we have for Aries? Look at that. Can I tell you? Someone's feeling possibly worry, isolation, some sort of loss. It could be financial, could be, again, romantic. Doesn't have to be, but could be. Messages for Aries. Alright, Aries, let's start. What messages do we have for Aries? Mid-August. The Hierophant. Usually that's like your marriage card, traditions, either to do with religious ceremonies. Right? Messages for Aries. The Hermit. Right, so that's going within, really seeking your truth, getting to know yourself, getting that, it's a quest for your personal truth, right? I don't know why I just shuffled like that for a second there, but here we go. That's what I want. King of Cups. I don't know why, but my ears are totally burning right now. I'm not sure. I've been feeling rather interesting the last couple nights when I've been doing these readings. Like when I tap into specific energies, weird stuff happens. I did Sagittarius the other night, and I swear I felt drunk, like totally drunk. Like I don't know, intoxicated, just not thinking straight, and I literally just came from work, and I work at a flower shop. So I don't even know how or why, but that's, yeah. Look at that. Temperance. Probably telling me to get some rest right now, right? So, Temperance, again, it's having that balance, harmony, self-control, right? All in moderation, right? I like to call that my fix-it card, right? My fix-it, my angel. Let's see here. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. Well, someone's coming in rather hastily, right? Could be someone's coming in, looks kind of angry. I don't think he's thinking, he's just like reacting, right? Could be, again, don't focus on the gender. Could be a female too, right? Oh, crazy bitches out there, you never know. So, I've got the Hierophant, the Hermit, the King of Cups, and Temperance. So, possibly you're dealing, we've got a lot of different, like, oh, just heard some weird knocking, not sure what that is, but you've got a lot of different energies going on right now. So we've got Virgo possibly here, right? Some of you may be dealing with a Virgo, or in general that could just be for, you know, symbolizing you, someone who's having to go within, right, to seek some clarity. With the Hierophant, I like to think this is like a Taurus card. So again, some of you may be dealing with a Taurus, or in general an earth sign, I think. Doesn't have to be. Just could be also too that within a marriage, right, things are, it could be that there's one individual in the marriage who's just kind of like retreating and going into hermit mode, possibly, you know, possibly went through a dark night of the soul and is now kind of possibly emerging as the King of Cups, right? Doesn't have to be, but let's find out a little bit more. What was the Hierophant here for Aries? Yeah, so we've got the Ten of Swords. In regards to this marriage, possibly, the TV just turned on by itself. It's possible it could be my husband, but as far as I know, he went to sleep, so. We've got the Ten of Swords. Someone is feeling defeated, right? It's an ending. Could be a marriage ending. Doesn't have to be. Could be a friendship. But I really think with this Hierophant here, it's definitely but also sometimes I like to look at it as like your fitting in card, having to go with society in order to fit in, and maybe that's coming to an end. You're like, screw this, I'm not doing this just because everyone thinks I need to do this. I'm gonna go within, seek some clarity, figure out my life and what I want, and emerge emotionally balanced, right? It's possible, right? Emotionally balanced, more harmony, right? And the messages for the Hierophant. Queen of Pentacles. So another earth sign, right? So it's possible you are dealing with an earth sign. So Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Right, with the Queen of Pentacles. For me as a reader, when I see the Queen of Pentacles, I think of someone who's down to earth, very motherly, someone who is financially stable, grounded, you know, even fertile, right? Abundant. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. But it's possible there's like much. Oh, let's look into this Queen of Pentacles. Why would she be emerging here right after this ending? Let's see what Queen of Pentacles here for this reading. For Aries and August. Yeah, okay, well, someone is just sneaking away, hey? I like to call this guy Sneaky Boots. He's trying to tiptoe his way out of there. Look at that. Right? That ain't cool. Who are you trying to sneak away from? Well, definitely some betrayal, dishonesty was happening here. Possibly even divorce, right? And maybe that's what's going on with this Ten of Swords and the Hierophant, right? So we've got a divorce that just happened here. And maybe you're this Queen of Pentacles, right? Like at the end of it, you're still feeling financially stable, able to kind of stand on your own 2 feet, right? Not having that fear. There's the Hermit card here for Aries, mid-August. Show me clearly. Any messages regarding the Hermit card? Ooh. Okay, so I have the Page of Cups, right? Possibly someone is approaching, right? Looking a love interest, right? But you're in the hermit mode, right? You're all about going within right now. You just got out of a divorce, possibly, right? And you're not thinking you don't want this. Or possibility here that you are this person approaching, wanting to make a move on an individual that you've been kind of like had your eye on, and you just realize that got a divorce or are in the process of getting a divorce. Whether or not that's a good idea, I'm not sure. But if they are in the hermit mode right now, it's possible that approaching them with this cup of love might not be the best situation. Like, allow them to at least get some time. Like, I mean, if you want to be there as a friend, support, moral support, that's awesome, right? But their intentions might not be for love. Although, you never know with this King of Cups here, right? Let's find out. Any other messages regarding the Hermit? For Aries? Woo! Okay. I'm not gonna like that one. Justice jumped out at me. Right, so justice for me is like win-win solutions, right? Or like cause and effect. Some crap happens, justice is served, something good's gonna happen, right? Good. And when I mean by good, it's like maybe you felt, maybe this divorce happened a while ago. It could have been in the past, a recent past, maybe a few months back. Either way, I get the feeling that if it was a while ago, you've had that inner, you found the inner clarity. You've been on that quest for personal truth, and it's kind of time now to, well, justice has been served. It's time to like move on, right? And start like filling your cup, right? What is the King of Cups here for Aries, mid-August? Show me clearly. Jeez, what's with these cards and falling lately? Page of Wands. So, let me see here. We've got some pages, so someone's coming with a cup of love. Someone's got possibly doesn't necessarily have to be like another individual. I feel like this possibly could be you even, right? Maybe you have an idea, like it's spark of an idea, and you're going to approach someone, right? You may be approaching this King of Cups with, you know, an idea, right? It could be like, given that it's wands, it's like creativity, right? So maybe you are looking to start a business and you need some moral support, possibly. Doesn't have to be. Again, I'm picking up a bunch of different messages, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Any other messages regarding the King of Cups for Aries, mid-August? All right, Judgment. Okay, so I almost feel like, okay, so with the Judgment, definitely something is changing, right? Renewal. Given the fact that it's a page, signifies like a youth, right? Someone who's younger. Doesn't necessarily mean the person has to be young. It could just be the energy, right? Like something new, like a new idea. You have a like an interest of some sort, creative interest that you want to pursue. And with this Judgment card, it tells me that it's possible that like you can have this outcome. It could happen, right? Like, let's see here. What's this Page of Wands here? Okay, yeah, so clarification on the Page of Wands was the Three of Cups. So that to me lets me know that you've got a circle of friends, right? You've got a support system. You're celebrating with friends, right? That's what's happening right now. So it's possible that you are that Page of Wands approaching said friend. Possibly you've got an idea, you want to start a business, but you're not sure, or even it could be you're just approaching them to talk about that other page, the person who was trying to offer you some love there, right? Either way, you're definitely getting together with friends, doing a little bit of celebrating in the next little while. Could be happening now, right? Everyone's on a different continuum, right? So some people are going through the breakup, right? A marriage ending. Some people may be in the process of going within after that, right? And then others are celebrating, right? New beginnings and stuff. So it all depends on where you fall. All right, let's see what Temperance. Why is Temperance here for Aries Ooh. Okay, so we got the Two of Pentacles, right? In regards to Temperance, I feel like, well, the two is juggling, right? Trying to multitask, possibly like weighing options. You've got choices. And then with the Temperance, that's really like balance, harmony, right? Even about self-control. It's possible that you could be juggling even 2 jobs at the moment, right? Like, it's possible. It doesn't have to be, but you're juggling something. Whether it's, I don't think it's relationship. I don't think you are juggling 2 people right now or in a third-party situation. I think you're taking time for yourself, right? I don't feel that you've jumped into another relationship. I kind of feel like you're just enjoying life right now, right? Taking things slow. Let's see. Any other messages regarding Temperance for Aries? We got the Death card. So whatever it is you were juggling, or whatever it is that, alright. Not necessarily. I feel like it's possible too for some of you that you're still not over this Ten of Swords. You're still not over this heartache. You're still not over this either, right? There's a Seven of Swords, right? It's really weighing on you. It's like you're focusing on it. Like, see, look at how the Queen of Pentacles is just staring down at her pentacles, focusing on her money, money, money. It's possible that because you're still focused on that, you're unable to move on, right? Death doesn't always mean that things are going to end. It could be endings. It's big changes, right? It could be rebirth as well, letting go and moving on. So keep that in mind, right? Like, maybe some of you are unable to move on right now because you possibly I feel like you didn't take this individual, this Page of Cups, seriously. You're kind of just, you were too hurt by whatever happened in your past with said marriage or relationship, right? It doesn't have to be marriage. It could have been common law, whatever you want to call it, right? Your significant other. Let me see here. Why is this Two of Pentacles here for Aries? Mid-August. King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, the energy of the King of Swords is someone who's like clear thinking, very intellectual, right? It's air energy. So not much of the heart energy. And so I think you're making the decision now to cut that out, right? Put an end to your misery, I guess, is one way to put it. Like, cut out whatever it is was holding you still to the past. Ooh. Okay. And messages regarding the Knight of Swords. Man. Okay. So, I got the Fool for clarification on the Knight of Swords, right? So Knight of Swords, as a recap, is your overall message. What I see here when I see those two cards is like, don't go in hastily, right? Pay attention. As you notice, like, the Fool is like about to walk off a cliff, right? Yeah, take chances, and there's new beginnings happening, but play it smart, right? Take your time. Stop and smell the roses, right? Don't feel that like, oh, because, you know, it was a while ago and I should be moving on now, feeling you have to again, right? Like, stop doing things to fit in. Like, it's not, you don't have to move on. Like, if someone's telling you that you need to, it's time to like start meeting new people kind of thing, right? Like, I'm sure they do it because out of love, right? To try and genuinely support you. But I don't think that that's for everyone. Some people need that, and some people need to have the moment, like moments alone, right? Get some peace and clarity, like the Hermit. Let's see. Any other messages regarding the Knight of Swords for Aries mid-August? Messages regarding the Knight. Oh. Okay. So I have the Four of Wands here. Again, this is a good card. You could be surrounding yourself with family and friends right now, right? Celebrating things. Celebrating even a homecoming, right? Like, possible, but not always. Maybe for some of you, the relationship that had ended in the past, it's possible this person had a change of heart, right? It could be possible. Had a change of heart. Anyways, I'm going to pull out some clarifying cards, right? There's definitely different messages here for you, Aries. I feel like there's multiple. So there's some that are in the middle of a divorce, right? Doesn't look like a very nice, well, no divorce is nice, but it's definitely not amicable. It's hurt, like someone is in a lot of pain, someone is hurt, someone is feeling like nearly killed them, basically, right? And someone is kind of isolating themselves, not wanting to be around others. But I feel like it's only for a time being. I think they realize that, like, they do need their circle of friends, right? They need to be around people. Right? More celebration. Could also be that person, may not be a divorce. It may be that or just a relationship in general. Someone left you, and then again, homecoming, they're coming back. But it's like I almost feel like they don't even know what they're thinking. Like I feel like they're like scatterbrained with this Knight of Swords. Like they're just barreling in here. Or not really thinking. Just kind of like got their own opinions and things they need to say, but not really taking into consideration like, hey, I've been through all this crap. Alright, I'm going to use some clarifying cards to see if there are any other messages here for you, Aries. Aries and for mid-August. What's going on? Aries, mid-August. Messages for Aries for mid-August. Okay. Mid-August. Any messages for Aries for mid-August? Messages for ooh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, this makes sense. All right. So I have 7 of air. Sorry. I don't know why I said 7 there. I'm thinking of 7. It's the 8 of air. 7 of fire. I think that's why I said 7, because I was staring at that card. And the 7 of air, which was the next card. Right? Staring at the card. And that's why I got it. It's kind of interesting that you have a bunch of 7s on the board. Right? 2 7s, and then there's this 7. So you have 3 7s going on. Right? Anyway, let's get back to that. So, with the 8 of air, I see someone who, like, look how serious he is. Right? He's like stabbing himself in the hand and he's not even flinching. It doesn't even hurt. Right? It's all like, and all his chakras are lit up. It's the balance, right? That's what this card symbolizes. Balance. It's kind of interesting that we have balance here. And we have balance here. Right? And then we have balancing here. It's like, that's a significant message there. Right? You've been balancing, right? Juggling things, possibly. Could be even juggling ideas. Doesn't have to be people, right? Options, right? Like juggling different ideas. But that's what I see here. If you look, he's chained up. He's got chains. But he's also holding the key. Like, so there's the key. There's a key there. But he's chained up. He can get out of there at any point in time. He chooses not to. Right? And he's content. He doesn't look upset. He doesn't look angry. It's a balance. Balance is pretty well. Okay. I've got also the Seven of Fire. She is a very intense card. Okay? This card symbolizes intuition, knowing, right? That inner knowing. Maybe you've got that inner knowing because you've went within. You seek out that mental, clarity. You quested for your personal truth, right? And now you know yourself in and out. You're able to read others, right? You know. Hands down. You're very mystical, right? Maybe this is you. This could be the person you're dealing with. But I feel like this individual has gone through this transformation, right? I feel like whatever happened in the relationship, it took a lot out of you. It changed you, right? It made you stronger, right? Able to anticipate things, right, before it happens. Next, I have Seven of Air. So with this card is very similar, believe it or not, in terms of that, right? So remember how I said at the beginning, it's possible that with this one, it could also be like that having to fit in for society, right? Like, for example, like beliefs, right? Like religion. Well, this is what this card symbolizes, right? That the dogma, right? Like when it came out, actually, I should have kept it. I should have kept it like this because it's really, that's what it is. Came out reversed. So in the reverse, that's what that is. Like you still have these old beliefs, and that's what's keeping you from fully moving on or fully understanding. Well, you understand yourself because you've gone through the whole hermit thing. But I feel like you feel like you cannot get out of it because of your circle of friends, possibly, right? Like you feel like telling people about your beliefs or how you feel about things might end relationships, right? But look at this King of Swords. If you have to cut people out, like if you need to let go of people, whether it's family, friends, or a significant other because of your beliefs, then you know what? Like, so be it. Right? If it means peace of mind for you, Aries, why not do it? Makes perfect sense to me. Like, it's possible for people of different religions and cultures to get together. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, your beliefs are your beliefs. And you shouldn't have to change your beliefs or yourself to, suit someone else. Like, that's not okay. And maybe that's why a relationship came to an end, right? You found out that you're not on the same page. Anyway, hopefully this has helped some of you kind of gain some clarity. Again, Aries, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. It could be someone else in your life is going through this thing, right? Maybe you're that circle of friends or one of the individuals in the circle of friends, and you know someone who's going through a really hard time, right? My advice would be just support your friends, right? You don't have to you don't have to be, you're not living their life, okay? You're living yours. Be there for them, right? I find that like sometimes all you need is love, right? All you need is someone to be there for you at times, right? Anywho, that is your mid-August reading, Aries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Also, check me out on Instagram. I'm on there as Kelly_Moonbean.gems. Okay? Have a good night. Many blessings.